Hello, horrible people. Welcome to a special something of Death by Podcast, the best horror movie podcast in the graveyard. I'm your host, Adam. That's your other host,
Kevin.
And today, if you listen to our previous episode, you know, the Phantasm episode 49, you know that we left it on a cliffhanger as far as what our episode 50 was going to be. And episode 50 obviously is a big one for us. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to bust out for the first time Kevin's patent pending wheel of choices. Is that what it is?
Yeah, options. Wheel of options.
My bad. We got
because Q is a shit letter, and
Q is bogus. I have Q. I do someday want to watch that Q
with the winged serpent.
Yeah. But I wasn't feeling it, and there's really nothing else. So we're busting out the wheel of options, and the way it's going to work is, as you can see, and as you can hear, if you're just listening to this episode, this mini episode, I highly suggest scooting on over to our YouTube channel so that you can see what we're actually doing. And those of you here on YouTube, welcome and thanks for being here. So Kevin's going to spin the wheel. We've got 8 categories of movies, not horror
genres, different kinds of movies.
Right. We thought that when we do get stuck and we do use the wheel, that we would make it more interesting and step outside our wheelhouse.
Yep.
Chuck wagon. I don't know what we're talking. So the categories we have, help me out, Kevin. We got sci-fi.
You got sci-fi. You got Universal Monsters. You got high school. You got Star Trek. You got Earth action movies that take place on Earth.
Earth action.
Yeah. You got buddy cop movies, or just like buddy, like 2 guys or 2 people.
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could work. Running Scared.
You got spoofs, but specifically not Mel Brooks, but that vibe,
like
Naked Gun.
Yeah, Leslie. What's his name? Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen, man.
All right.
And I have one that I'm really hoping we get. And then Little People movies, where a little person is predominantly
featured.
Yeah.
Featured in the movie. So that could be something like
at least one. Yeah.
At least, yeah. That could be the scenes where Chucky's running around and you only see him from the back. It could be
it could be Leprechaun.
It could be
anything.
Yeah. So we're gonna spin it. We're gonna get our category, and then we're gonna get. I'm gonna come to the table with 4 movies for that category. Kevin's gonna come to the table with 4 movies from that category. We'll plug them in, spin it again. We'll get our movie for episode 50. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's do it. Spin this mother.
Ready?
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Are we gonna let it just go? Yeah. Bing. Right. What do you got?
Star Trek.
Unbelievable. All right. So what that means is,
actually almost came off the hinge. That's why I kind of had
that's hilarious, man.
But that's okay.
People are gonna we just got canceled. So what that means is, as long as it's 80s or 90s, it can be a movie or a TV show.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick 4. He's gonna pick 4.
What do you get? Because
exactly.
You're gonna pick 8. You're gonna pick 4 random things.
I'm gonna pick. I'll probably do a mix of the movies and the TV show. I don't know episodes. Were you thinking you were gonna pick a specific episode?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick 4 episodes because they're an hour long.
Would you pick them by name or by all right, well then I don't know any names, so I'm just gonna be going season. How many? What's the name of the show?
There's Next Generation is the one from the 80s.
Okay.
I assume that's what you're gonna go with. You're not gonna pick any Deep Space Nine or
Voyager.
There's one Voyager episode I might throw on there, but
I'm not gonna go past Next Generation. What if I put in the Shatner stuff?
Yeah, that's fine.
What if I put in the Shatner movies.
That's fine. Anything is fine. as long as
Anything.
it's Star
So
Trek.
anything next gen or earlier. Is that what we're
I
saying?
mean, yeah, basically. I mean, I'm gonna pick some. Yeah, I mean that's.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this is my luck, man. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna pick 4 random. Like that one sounds interesting. Like
Excellent.
episode names, but whatever you want to do it, man. There's 176 episodes, I think,
Of next gen.
of next gen. There's like 63. I think there's 60 episodes of the original series.
And then how many
There's-
movies?
There's 10 movies.
10 movies. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with 8 choices. We're going to spin the wheel again, and we'll have our show for episode 50. Ready? Good? Sound good?
Yep.
All right. All right. Hello. We are back. We got the wheel going. We got the wheel put together, Kevin's wheel of options. And as you can tell, if you're watching this, it is premium. It's premium.
It's a little, yeah.
State of the art, bleeding edge. So we got our 8 choices. So I'm gonna run through mine real quick. I picked. So if you saw like previously, we landed on Star Trek of all things. I can't fucking believe that.
It wasn't even my choice to put that on the wheel. This was
Yeah,
your
it was my
call.
choice. So I want to be fair. I want to be takes all kinds. All right. So I picked Star Trek: The Voyage Home, the 4th Star Trek movie about the whales, firmly seated in the 80s.
It's not about whale, but it is the one
It's-
everybody calls the one with the whales.
100% about whales. If you like whales, you want to watch that one. I love it because it's firmly seated in the 80s, 80s culture. Like they go to Earth and they do 80s stuff. Then I picked Next Gen, Star Trek Next Gen, which I haven't seen any of this stuff except for tidbits that I post on the Patreon. Adam watches Star Trek and laugh my ass off because it's the most ridiculous show on earth. But that said, Kevin says it's got some good stories. So I picked the very first episode. Why not? If I haven't seen any, might as well see where it started. And so it's called Encounter at Far Point, but it's 2 parts.
It's 2 parts.
So we get to watch
It's
like a full movie.
it's
Logan.
not where I would have you start.
That's where everyone started who's a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, but
If
it's
you watch
not.
it.
It's
Of next gen.
it's
So
yeah.
so why should I be any different?
I guess it's. I really hope we don't get Encounter at Far Point.
Oh, man.
because it's really long and
Yeah.
there's a lot and it's
Woo.
just.
Then maybe we'll just do part 1. I don't know. For now.
You can't. I mean, yeah, I guess you could. You could just do part 1. It might be better that way, but yeah.
And then my third
Yeah,
my
go
third
ahead.
my third choice, I figured if we don't get that, why not start at the end with the finale
Yeah,
with all good things,
which is
Again,
directly
parts 1 and
tied.
2.
Yeah. All Good Things is directly tied to the first episode.
That's awesome.
it's
And from your reaction, they're all garbage.
no, the All Good Things is great.
Oh,
All
okay,
Good Things
okay.
is fantastic, but it's also like it's one of the only episodes that like references other things that happened on the show. Like it's
It's all right. I know Professor X and
okay.
the Crusher. I'm familiar with all of those guys. And then my last one was The Trouble with Tribbles, season 2, episode 15 of the original series, 1967, which we all know. We've all seen the GIFs. I've never seen the full episode, so figured why not start there.
I was going to suggest that if we get that, maybe pair it up with an episode of Deep Space Nine called Trials and Tribulations.
Okay.
And it's about it's a very good episode. It's an episode of DS9. Like my wife's never seen DS9. She's seen that episode. It's very good.
Jamal.
It's but yeah, I would say
Okay.
maybe that the episodes I picked. What'd you
get?
I had a really hard time.
Doesn't surprise me.
I picked Measure of a Man, which is season 2. I don't remember what episode it is. That's my like when people want to watch it. That's this one. That's the episode I say that's the first really great one, if you ask me.
All right.
Then I picked an episode called Darmok, which is my personal favorite episode.
Darmok. I think you might have mentioned this on the show.
It's awesome. I think it's if for you, if I was going to get you into the show, I would have you watch this before Metro Van. Darmok
right.
is awesome.
All right.
I picked the nth. The other two I had a hard time with. I jumped around. I scratched off things. And for the last one, I think I'm going to have you decide. Actually, yeah. So, another episode called The Nth Degree, which is just a really good episode.
Okay.
It stars one of the people that's not one of the regular crewmen, but he's like on it sometimes. He's a really
Okay.
it's Lieutenant Barkley.
All right.
And the last one, I originally had Relics, which is the episode that guest stars James Doohan, who played Scotty on the original series.
Gotcha. Does he play Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I changed it at the last second to Q Who, which is a really good Q episode. It's funny. Q is a villain on the show that's maybe in it once.
Played by who? It sounds familiar.
John Delancey.
John Delancey. I'm sure I'd recognize him.
But he's on but yeah, he's in 1 or 2 episodes a season max, and literally 3. We have 3 Q episodes on here.
Did you do that intentionally because of my letter Q?
No, but I didn't even think of that.
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome. I should have picked all Q episodes.
Son of a bitch. All right, man. Well, let's get to it. Let's spin it. See where it goes. Turn it towards me so I can see.
That would have been, and it's funny.
That's crazy.
By the way, all the Q episodes start with Q. Like
Yeah.
they all are like Q puns.
It's meant to be, man.
All right.
All right.
Ready?
No. Turn it towards me.
All right.
Now we got to do this right. Here it goes. What are we watching? Man, this is unbearable. The suspense. What does that say?
It's The Nth Degree.
Nth Degree. All right. That was one of yours. Which one is that again?
It's very good. It's about a guy that's not in the regular crew,
Okay.
but it's about this guy. And there's the only predecessor you should know for the thing you should know. There's an episode about this guy before this, and he's kind of like, he's real smart, but he's like socially just awful. Like he's just not. He's awkward around everybody.
Okay.
And he winds up getting in the way. There's an episode before this where like Jordy, who's the chief engineer, basically wants to
He's
kick
the one
him
that
out.
wears a hairpiece on his eyes, right?
Yeah. The visor.
Butterfly in the sky.
But he wants to kick him out. But anyway, they wind up being like, oh, he's actually like super smart. He's just really socially like awkward. So that's
All
where
right.
this one starts off.
Sounds
This one's
great.
like-
It sounds absolutely fucking amazing.
it's a great episode. It's not Darmok, but
It's not Darmok. That's the shirt we need when we watch these.
I have a Darmok
It's not.
shirt.
It's not Darmok. That's what I want.
Yeah,
Like it's
I've-
good, but it's not Darmok.
Yeah, I've already got a shirt that says Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra, which is a thing from the show.
What the fuck? What is this? I would have been better off picking Queen of the Damned again.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you would have gotten Darmok, you'd be saying that to people. You'd be saying it to your brother. He'd be like, I don't know
Yeah.
what that means, man. Yeah, you'd be like, yeah.
Yo, Darmok. I'm just gonna walk down the street and say that and see what happens. I'll probably get beaten.
It's oh god, that one's so good.
Oh well, we're not watching that one. So
I should have lied. I should have been like, oh, it landed on Darmok.
all right. Well, episode 50 of our coveted, cherished podcast will probably end now at episode 50 because we're doing some weird episode of Star Trek.
It really is the most random
a
one
horror
on
movie.
there. It's
All
not
right,
the first one. Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's make a deal. I'll make a deal with you, Kevin. We're gonna do. How long are these episodes?
They're about 45 minutes.
All right, so it's a 45-minute episode. You want to just to make sure that we like do something cool. Let's have a good chunk of like what'd you watch. So like watch something. I don't
I'm gonna watch Darmok.
something other than fucking Dharma. Watch some Chucky or something else that we could talk about along with this, and we'll have a buffet of it's our 50th, so we'll do it up big.
All right.
For this weekend. Look for the episode this weekend, thank you guys for tuning into this absolute nonsense. And I'm still dealing with COVID, so I apologize for my voice. But we will see you this weekend with the new episode 50. And until then, it's Miller time. Kevin.
Oh, yeah, I don't have the thing.
Kevin, take it away. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, folks. We will see you soon. Thanks for being here. Adios.